Welcome to Chatting the Pictures. My name is Cara Finnegan, and I'm a writer, teacher, and historian of photography.
And I'm Michael Shaw. I'm a writer, a psychologist, and also publisher of Reading the Pictures.
In this Best of 2021 episode, we take a deeper look at one of the most powerful and symbolic photos taken during the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol.
This photo was taken by Leah Millis for Reuters. It shows supporters of President Trump just after twilight on January 6th trying to breach the U.S. Capitol building to contest the certification of Joe Biden's presidential victory. Different entrances of the Capitol had already been breached, but the fight at the west entrance went on for hours. Millis's now famous photo, taken from a scaffold, captures the light from a flashbang grenade used by Capitol Police to try and disperse the crowd.
Coming up on 1 year on, this image has arguably become a key visual icon of the January 6th event. It initially served as a dramatic news photo of the day, but that morphed really quickly into a powerful condensation of what the attack on the Capitol meant metaphorically for US democracy. And in the months since then, it's reappeared over and over again in news stories where a kind of one-off illustration of that day is needed. This is a photo that really combines the permanent historical power, that symbolic power of the US Capitol space, with the eventfulness and the drama of that day.
Yeah, I think your point about the impact of the photograph and how much it captures is really telling. Looking back from now, the picture really seems prescient. It's like a fire in the well. I keep looking at that kind of central part of the photograph where it feels like this is a pit or some giant chasm that our democracy has fallen into.
And it really points to the way that this photo engages all the senses, doesn't it? You've got the visual drama of that gaping pit, as you said. You can imagine the noise of the crowd and the bang of those police munitions. So even though this is a still image, it captures not just the visual drama of the day, but you can sort of get a sense of the smell with the smoke and the heat and this idea of just chaos emanating from a place that is never been host to this kind of chaos before.
Millis noted a couple of things about the picture that stood out to her. Certainly, the explosion of the grenade as a metaphor for the violence and shock of that day, and also the American flag that was flying over the scene and cast what she felt was a particularly ominous shadow on the Capitol dome.
Another reason this image has had longevity and that we keep seeing it, and I suspect we'll see it for decades to come, is that because unlike a lot of the other photographs and videos from inside and outside of the Capitol that day, it doesn't focus up close on people. You don't see specific bodies or faces. This is not a photo, for example, that anyone would use to identify someone in order to charge them criminally, which happened with a number of the photos and videos, many of which were uploaded by the perpetrators themselves that day. So this is a news photo, but it's not a forensic photo. And so I think its subject really is government itself. The subject of this photo is really the symbols of the nation and how this mob is challenging that symbolism and the government.